look at me and say, well, what is the significance of that? Well, the significance of that is the Father was present. See, when he came about that water and he looked, the Father was there. And that really meant a lot. See, when a boy is growing up, that's what he needs. He needs a father looking down on him and telling him this and that and that and this. See, if a father is present, then a child won't grow up and go astray. If a kid was sneaking out at 12 o'clock in the night and the father is present, then what? He will not want to do this kind of stuff because he has a good role model and he has a good father figure. Now, I'm not going to say that a father is going to stop all mistakes, but I will say that when a man says something and a woman says something is see, when I was growing up, when my mom said something, you know, you can kind of brush it off your shoulders. But when a man says something, then you better get up and do it right then and there. And that's what I'm just saying is if a father is present, then most of the stuff that's going on right now wouldn't be going on. So fathers need to be present.
And also, I just really think that a lot of us women, we discipline our children, and sometimes it seems like we're not getting through them, and we keep, we discipline them, we spare the rod, and we love them. But sometimes our kids are just missing more than just us. They're missing a part of them. Today, I just thank you for that conversation that I had with Willie Thomas. I would like to play one of my favorite clips that might interest you. So right now we're going to play a clip.
Our president and his wife certainly did capture Europe, didn't they? With immense popularity. And certainly there's Obama's revolution. It is on the way. And we see change we need. That is certainly what he has been saying right along. Going on, Obama takes world stage. And here, this is something Europe has been enthralled. Will Obama's popularity help the United States? And how they see us, the Obamas take Europe. Certainly they captured their hearts. And you see it again, Prime Minister Obama, they're saying, well, the European statism help America. In other words, the way they conceive of our president and his family. Will that help America? Jack, he's really enthralled the world.
Really has, Rexella. And I'm going to tell you something, folks. This is not a conspiracy theory. I can prove everything I say. There are 7 major organizations that have been promoting the world order for a few hundred years, and the first was the Illuminati, and then we had the Bilderbergs, the Council of Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, the Club of Rome, the United Nations, and the New Age movement. I prove that every one of those groups has its leaders talking about a new world order for the last 100 years. Furthermore, here are some of the names that are being projected as the one that will become the leader of the New World Order. There is Juan Carlos of Spain, Javier Solana of Spain, Sarkozy of France, Prince Charles of England, but they're now talking about Tony Blair. Remember, the presidency of the EU has only been for a duration of 6 months and a constant change, but they said we'll make him the permanent president because of the time in which we're living, so that he can become an architect of the new world order along with Obama of America. This is shocking, ladies and gentlemen, because Henry Kissinger has promoted the fact that the creator of the New World Order will undoubtedly be Obama because, first of all, the love that the world has for him. When he preached in Germany, millions listened. And they said 80% of the members of the European Union would vote him in right now as the president of the One World Organization. So he says, because of the great respect for him, because of the global catastrophes, we need someone like that to control the new world order. What a day to be alive. Remember, we'll not know who he is because the rapture takes place the night before this one comes to power. That's how near it is.
Whoa. Well, let's see. Some influential men in our own government right here in the United States and what they have said and have to say. The first one, you recognize him, Senator Byrd, and he's talking about Obama in power grab. Let's see exactly what he had to say as presidential assistants and advisors, White House staffers, and are not accountable for their actions to the Congress. Now, of course, see, friends, he's in the Congress. He's saying you're not coming to us for any voting. They're not accountable to us. They're not accountable to cabinet officials and to virtually anyone but the president. Senator Byrd is very, very concerned about this because Obama's doing what he wants to do without their approval.
And the next picture tells us why, and that is Newt Gingrich.
All right, we will go right to Newt Gingrich. And I think that he has certainly had a very, very powerful statement about what is happening. He's so concerned for our country. He was, of course, the past Speaker of the House when he was in Congress. And Jack, give us his verbiage, will you please?
Well, you just heard that Byrd says there's a power play and we're being left out as Congress and Senate. And it's all in the hands of one man. And so Newt Gingrich on the Greta Van Susteren show, March 26th at 10 in the evening, said, this is the first time in history we are headed as a nation for a dictatorship. God help America.
All right, Jack, I have some very, very important headlines here. Where does it appear that our nation is headed? Take a look at the National Review, our socialist future going on. We are all socialists now. And if we're socialists, certainly this next one, will the banks survive? A socialist government can take over the banks. Obama wants to control the banks.
There it is.
Let's take a look at this. First, Nationalized Bank of America coming soon. And GM's future at stake as Fed step in.
Fed step in to take them over.
All right. Once again, here we see it. We stand behind your warranty here at Government Motors. Whoa, that's GM. Let's go on. Goodbye, privatization. Hello, nationalization. Whoa, there's another one. Warning over surveillance state. And in the novel 1984 by George Orwell, the author projects that all nations will be governed by a world government overlorded by a super dictator. All
1984.
Right. We're going to go on here. We recognize this political figure because Jack just spoke about him, Tony Blair. And this is very, very interesting. It's what he was referring to. Blair steps up to fight to be crowned first president of Europe. And why? On the basis that Britain needs to have a key figure in the architecture of the New World Order.
Wow.
Going on, the statement by the Nobel Prize winner Henry Kissinger, and Jack referred to this a moment ago also, Obama primed to create New World Order. Friends, do you get that? New World Order. You read about it all the time. Oh, Jack, please tie it all together for us.
You heard me say this before. In 1983, I did a book called 1159 and Counting, and I said in 1983, 26 years ago, the New World Order will come to power through an economic catastrophe. It's here, ladies and gentlemen. And you can find that in James chapter 5, verses 1 to 3. And then it's explained in Revelation 18. And you know, this thing's happened overnight. So listen to the language. For in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Then in verse 17, for in 1 hour so great riches has come to naught, to nothing. Verse 19, in 1 hour is she made desolate. It gets so bad that in Ezekiel 7:19, they're casting their silver in the streets, and their gold, on which they've been trusting, has been confiscated from them. That could happen too, under a dictatorial system, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you, we are finally living in the last days, and I want to repeat something I said earlier. Remember this, when this leader comes to power as far as governing the New World Order, whether it's any one of the 5 or 6 I mentioned, but primarily our president, because of what Kissinger, who's a Bilderberg leader, has to say, we will be gone the first night he takes control as he makes peace in the Middle East. There has to be a 7-year term, remember that. And then, of course, 7 years later, our Christ comes to put down the new world order. It's all a 7-year term government. And then Christ says, enough. And you can find that in Psalm 2, verses 1 to 5, 2 Thessalonians 2:8, and Revelation 19:19.
Right, Jack. Remember a moment ago, I said we're going to give you some good news. The best news I can give you is that God's in control. These people are not in control of the world. God is. And the Lord is going to come again and take us home, get us out of this mess. How wonderful. And then He's going to rule and reign. Are you ready if the Lord were to come now? Are you ready now? Oh, Jack, show us how to be ready now.
Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and thou shalt be saved. He died for you. He's the only way to heaven. So look at me and pray. Let's calm our hearts. Oh, precious.
Okay. Okay, that was the clip of the day. I'm talking. I play these clips so people can listen to what's going on in the world. A lot of us are not aware of things that are going on in this world. And one of the things they were talking about was the New World Order. And we're going to come back and take a break. And if anyone has questions about that, they can. The number we're taking calls at. The number is 34. Let me see. Let me get the number. Okay, we'll come back because I'm trying to give you a number to call in. And so, meanwhile, while I'm getting that number, the reason why I do this clip of the day is so people can have more knowledge of what's going on in the world. A lot of us don't even know. We're just sitting there with blank ideas of what's about to happen. A lot of us don't care, but we should care because this is the future that we're living in. And I just thank God that He has people that know a lot about these things to tell us about it, because if we don't know, our people suffer because of lack of knowledge. And we'll be back with a quick break, and I'll see you then.
I come to the garden alone, while